Director Executive Officer of the Nursing Development Commission, the representative of the Chairman of the Board, General Saul Talpa, represented by the Hajia Sunam, Director representing Northwest in the Board, Executive Director Humanitarian Affairs, Mala Musaumariashi, Executive Director Admin and Finance, Muhammad Bashua, representative of the Commissioner of Health, Women Affairs, other distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, good morning. It is my singular honor and privilege to welcome you all to this great occasion, which is to witness the flag off of the Free Fistula Repair projects of the Nursing Development Commission in partnership with the Borno State Government, implementing by the Fistula Foundation. I want to use this medium to thank all of you for honoring our invitation, and may God bless all of you. And I will say, on behalf of the humanitarian actor, I will say thank you and may God bless. Thank you very much.
I have the singular honor and rare privilege to express our sincere appreciation to the Northeast Development Commission for conducting free fistula repair to 100 women in Borno State. We assure Northeast Development Commission of our profound gratitude, unflinching support, total commitment in the realization of these laudable goals. I also wish to thank Fistula Foundation Nigeria, whose collaborative effort resulted in this uplifting of the quality of lives of our women in the state. At this juncture, I wish to conclude by putting on record that Ministry of Women Affairs remain ever grateful to Northeast Development Commission for your support and encouragement. Finally, on this note, I would like to also thank each and everyone for the participation in this august program. Thank you and God bless.
My sisters, are they the ones at the back?
Yes.
Yeah. Sanunku. Okay. Clay Wasule. Okay. Your Excellency, welcome the Executive Governor of Borno State, ably represented by the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Mrs. Juliana Bitrus, the Commissioner for Women Affairs, also ably represented, chairmen of local government areas, senior government officials, the initiators of this program. Without them, this program will not be taking place. Alhaji Mohammed Al-Kali Goni, the Managing Director, Northeast Development Commission, the Executive Directors, Humanitarian Affairs Directorate, Alhaji Musa Umar Yashi, and Director of Admin and Finance, Alhaji Jawa. My sisters, the successfully repaired fistula survivors, our most valued fistula surgeons and members of their team, members of the press, let me not forget our host, the Hospital Management Board, and the State Specialist Hospital, members of the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure and honor to be part of this noble occasion of the flagging off ceremony of the Free Fistula Repair Campaign of the Northeast Development Commission, which is aimed at offering free treatment to 100 fistula women awaiting surgery in Borno State. We all know that the statistics of this fistula is very, very high in Nigeria. We have about 250,000 women awaiting repair in Nigeria, out of which only 3,000 are fortunate to be attended to annually. And we have an estimate of 12,000 new cases that develop every year, with large number coming from the Northeast, due to the insecurity and increased poverty, which further hindered access to health care. The plight of these unfortunate women who experience obstetric fistula, apart from being dejecting, is a very lonely one. It is therefore important that all efforts are made to bring succor to these women to enable them pick the pieces of their lives by offering them a new lease by meaningful existence within their respective communities. I believe it is this clarion call for a better life for this group of women that the Northeast Development Commission partnered with the Borno State government and the Fistula Foundation Nigeria in the current drive to improve the lives of the affected women. I am glad to state that this same effort will be replicated in all the other northeastern states. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will all agree with me that corrective surgery to women suffering from obstetric fistula is the first and most important step that gives them hope of recovery. Improve their mental state and afford the women freedom to relate well with the family, interact with the general public, and blossom their ability to lead a normal life. To achieve this, the Fistula Foundation was invited to provide the surgical intervention and care during this 10 days program. Let me at this juncture commend Dr. Saad Idris, a renowned fistula surgeon, and his team for their unrelenting efforts to bring back smiles to the faces of these women. I also wish to express our appreciation to the management of Borno State Specialist Hospital, particularly the resident fistula surgeons and nurses who promised to continue monitoring the repaired women for 12 weeks to ensure their complete recuperation and the attainment of the final expected outcome for each patient. I would like to express our gratitude to the Borno State Ministry of Health and the Hospital Management Board for supporting this very important program. I commend our partners, Fistula Foundation Nigeria, for facilitating this process to a successful outcome. It is very gratifying to state that the shrill cry of these women has now been heard loud and clear. I assure you that of a solid commitment to sustain the application of the soothing balm in this determined fight against BVF. Now to my sisters at the back. Now that your confidence is strengthened, your voices and decision-making power increased, I urge you all to take advantage of this opportunity that you are provided with to remain fistula-free by making sure that you postpone pregnancy at least for a period of 1 year and deliver all your subsequent pregnancies in the hospital by elective cesarean section. Now, maybe some of them don't understand what I have said. I hope majority of you speak Hausa. Do you speak Hausa? Kuna jin Hausa? To da Allah, waɗanda ba sa jin Hausa, abinda zan faɗa muku. Wait, wanda ba sa jin Hausa a cikin su. Abinda zan faɗa muku, ku faɗa masu da yaren da suka iya. Yanzu an yi maku aiki. Dan Allah, ku kula da kanku. Ku tabbata cewa aikin nan bai lalace ba. Ku kama kanku, ku kama jikinku, kar ku koma wurin mazanku yanzu. Wanda suke da aure, kar ku koma wurin mazanku yanzu. Ku jira har shekara 1. Sannan ku dawo asibiti a duba ku, a tabbata cewa aikin nan ya warke sosai. Kafin ku fara ci gaba da rayuwarku. Sannan in kun ɗauki ciki, kada ku bari sai lokacin haihuwa ya yi, sannan ku zo asibiti. Ku dinga zuwa antenatal, in lokacin haihuwa ya yi a cire muku 'ya'yan nan. Kada kuma wannan ciwon ya sake dawowa. Kun gibo? To, wanda ba su ji abin da na ce ba da Allah ku faɗa musu. On behalf of the Northeast Development Commission, I wish all the repaired women a very successful reintegration into the various communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Da aka kira mijina ya ce tun da na samu haka zan za mutu ba ko a kaina bai tsaya ba. Haka mama ne ta sha wahala a kai. Kuma ‘yar uwana in na je gida ba za su zauna a ɗakin su. Ta ce ai ina wari ina yi tsari. Su kama hanci sai su koma baya. Shi ne ni kuma na ga ashirin na zo asibitin na zauna. Shekara na 4 ina kuma da na zo suka su nuna min sun tsare ni suna kula da ni suna bani gata har yanzu har Allah ya kawo wannan aiki da shi yau na samu aiki ina roƙon Allah a wannan aiki Allah sa ni dace Allah ya sa fitar da ni da wahala kuma bani da wajen zama yanzu kafin azumi Boko Haram ya shiga gari yanzu ina kira iyata ma ba na jin muryarta ina na azumi ba ni da wajen zama ban da koya abinci sai Allah kuma na gode muku Allah saka muku da alheri abun da kana mana duk Allah saka mun gode Allah saka mana wanda suka haƙuri da mu suka zauna a gabansu Allah gode muku Allah saka muku da alheri sannan na gode
tun aworewa ce na kwaye talatin laila wadda suna yallane aworewa sonduna kalala wawa zana har wadudu zai gairo ike asibiti la na koko asibitin nan gana wuraci sana aka yi do da shi kenan cira ritual ko alhamdulillah sun suke fundi kana ala ajin do ala yero tugo de ngana na ina taye go kumbu na chondi kana ba ala bara su ga amma wuro ci sana ala ajin do ala yero yero askrinyena an yi kura kala layyan isan gaido boko haram mai saya goza karawa kasharau ko hawa zama fayin bau be yero na gui sai ba yero na gui kusa tulur masu rina hawar ga fangi kenan.
Very pathetic situation.
Your Excellency, the wife of the Governor of Borno State, Hajiya Dr. Kamfata Babagana Umar Gulu, hereby ably presented by Honorable Commissioner of Health, Dr. Juliana Bitrus. May I say that my chairman of the board, General Tarfa, retired, ably presented hereby Hajiya Simon Mohammed, a board member, and my senior colleagues, the AD for Nigerian Affairs, Alhaji Musa Yashi. Without his support, we will not have this occasion today, because he is the mentor of the process. Next to him is Alhaji Mohammed Jawa Gashua, AD Finance. Also, without support financially, we will not have this occasion. So both of them deserve a round of applause, please. With that, may I say that I want to stand by the existing protocol. North Development Commission, I think I need to give a small background. Our mandate is very simple. We have a 3 joint mandate. We have humanitarian development and peace building and stabilization. But these mandates are not linear, but they are interlinked activities. In most cases, when people hear about humanitarian, they tend to align humanitarian to one story of supply goods and non-food items. But in our case, we are looking at humanitarian activities in all perspectives and ramifications. We are looking at human beings and what they need and what needs to be done to make them happy and to make them live a normal life. So our humanitarian activities in the Commission covers not only the emergency provision of food and non-food items, but also look into areas like agriculture, health, education, sports, social cohesion, environment, governance. Just think of any of the human endeavors in the process and we're involved. This is why we have a whole directorate dedicated to humanitarian activities, as I said earlier, headed by the ED, Alhaji Musa Wariashi, who live inside of our organization. And we have been very, very engaged and also very concerned and careful in what we do in our humanitarian activities. I'll just give one example. We know health issue is very, very critical and very, very challenging in this region. And last year, or the year before, in 2019, we organized a health intervention and outreach here in Borno State, in Maiduguri. And at the end of the exercise, 1 week, we have about 5,000 patients benefiting from various health services in Borno State, mainly from IDP camps. And And within that, about 130 surgeries were performed on hernia, appendixes, and so on and so forth. And 645 patients received full eye examination and diagnosis. And 243 patients received free eyeglasses, and so on and so forth. But after our analysis, we knew the fistula cases are very rampant, but none or very few women show up. And that came to us a very great surprise. And we agreed that we need to do something, because fistula cases are very serious, they exist, and the women are suffering from it. And upon that, the humanitarian group decided to organize a separate outreach, starting with 100 women here in Maiduguri, which will be reported in some other states as time goes on. Like hearing the two testimony here, I think they're very pathetic. Somebody waited for 4 years in a clinic to get attended to. And before that, he has been carrying the fistula issue for almost 15 years. I mean, you know, for a human being to go through that is very harrowing, very disturbing, and particularly for a woman. In the commission, we have very high respect for women. Sometimes, I don't know who has more concerned women, me or my humanitarian agent. There's always a competition between us. It's very simple. All of us here. If you don't have a wife, you have an auntie. If you don't have an auntie, you have, you know, but at the end of the day, all of us here have a mother, whether we like it or not. And even if for some reason you lost your mom early, somebody brought you up. It will be your aunt or somebody. So even if you discount all the other ones, nobody discounted his mother in life. And even if you go a bit moralistic, in all religions, mothers are given more priorities than even fathers before. I think for that reason, we should give all what we can to make our mothers happy all the time. Well, today we are celebrating 100 of you who have gone through the process, and I assure you that we are going to reflect this in other states. In fact, because of the heavy burden on the women, we are trying to see how we can have at least 1 or 2 centers of excellence in the North region, so that the fistula cases can be treated. I know there's one in Ningi, which is overstretched, and we're looking at it how those facilities in Ningi can be improved, so that more women can be attended to as and when necessary. The other thing we observe is, after the treatment, I think you need some few months to get recuperated and even to start some entrepreneurship activities so that you'll be on your own again. And for that reason, we have many programs which women, not only you here, women across the Northeast will benefit. So that those who went through or go through the process of this fistula medication, after the 2 or 3 months, they'll be on their own, do some businesses and do some other things that can make them back to the society, so that they will live normal life. Based also on the advice given to you by our director here, that you should take good care of yourself, so that you don't have a repeat case of what you've gone through. For the 100 women who have gone through the process. As I said, we are going to be of assistance to you, as we have done it during the exercise, and for you to have good recuperation and also go back to society and resume normal life. For a start, we are going to give you 20,000 naira for you to take. And also, I've discussed my humanitarian and see how we can help to provide you some food items to start with. And also, the two ladies made I said that issue of accommodation. The wife of the governor is here, and I'm sure through the Commissioner of Health, the message should be delivered for the fact that the governor too is very passionate about women. And as part of his own resettlement and exercise going on IDPs, I'm sure he will going to consider you to see how homes he provided to you. And on our side too, anywhere we can be of assistance, also join the state government to see that people are given, those who deserve are given good accommodation to stay. As I said earlier, we have a lot of programs that are coming off in the commission, which women folk will be able to have access to. Last week, we were in Kaduna trying to graduate about 150 youths who went through course on modern automatic maintenance in the fan center in Kaduna. And I was challenged that why all men, no women? And I apologized and said the next stream we may have a good number of women, those who want to be mechanic, to be trained. And I think there's some vocation training which are not only for men, some women can do better. I can remember a lady mechanic in Lagos, is one of the best mechanics in Lagos. There was one in Abuja. So why not we have 2 or 3 in the Northeast? So let's get ready for that. And also, we are soon going to start training some youth on DSTV installation and maintenance, which is very easy. Also, I think the women also need to participate in that. But I'm glad to mention that as part of our ICT training centers we conducted across 6 states, women have performed very, very well. In these states, I think the percentage is almost equal. And it's gratifying to know that most women have taken the challenge. And from the testimony we had in the states, as people are doing well, and from the report we are getting from our MOE2, women are trying well to practicalize what they learn from the courses. Finally, as we all know, what has happened to our region in the past 12 months, 12 years, and peace is gradually returning. And there are a lot of activities that will come forward when people are going back to their own normal abode. And we know, I know, you know, women are very good in reconciling. So sometimes in court, I don't want to mention that. Women are very good in reconciling. They keep the home. And there are people who can guide youth to understand what has happened and what needs to be done going forward. I'm sure by the time we start those processes, we're going to engage most of the women to be part and parcel of the process so that normalcy will return to our region. On that note, I want to thank the state government for giving us the opportunity to do this thing in the state. Also, the organizers for doing that. And finally, the management and team from the commission who have taken the time to put that through so that we have today, as of today. Thank you very much, and I wish our sisters in behind very quick recovery and revert back to normal life. Thank you very much.